Hey there, friends and enemies, JoPaWrites here again, and today I want to talk about the state of Marvel Rivals as it currently stands in Season 2. And I've seen a lot of people online, whether it's Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, whatever the case may be, saying the game is stale, it needs this, it needs that, it's dying off, whatever, and that's absolutely absurd to me. I don't think the game is perfect, don't get me wrong. I'm going to talk about some of the things that I feel like need to be addressed, but I also feel like the major complaints are coming from the folks who played this game so much, grinded it to death, and this is a pattern we see with every new PvP game that comes out. People will put in hundreds of hours in the first couple months after launch and then wonder why they're burning out on the game. And this is something that I've seen across so many games over time. And then eventually they'll put it down or they'll move on to something else. And when they come back, they'll be like, oh wow, this game is a lot of fun. Why did I put it down in the first place? It was because you had played it to death. People jumping back into Overwatch will face the same thing. It's happened with Fortnite and Call of Duty and every game in between. And it's kind of infuriating. People don't understand that taking healthy breaks, mixing in other games, that's how you keep that excitement fresh and exciting. If you play a game all day, every day, it's going to get stale, regardless of the Marvel Rivals developers adding in new content, changing the game rather frequently in comparison to other games that we've seen as far as how often they make updates as far as buffs and nerfs for characters. They also are adding in new seasonal events to try, new silly game modes, all of that, which people don't enjoy enough, in my opinion. They don't try to jump out of their ranked competitive bubble. Instead, they only want to grind the highest level of the game, which is fair enough if that's what you enjoy doing. Just don't complain when that becomes stale, because every season of every game in the history of gaming has had a meta. Some metas you will like more than others. Some metas other people will like. Some metas are subjectively worse. But you got to remember that sometimes the game goes in a direction that's not for you, and it's okay to take a little bit of a step back, play a little bit less, and try to branch out and do other things. But especially with content creators who base their whole channel around one specific game, that's where this can be a major issue, because they feel like they just have to continuously pump out content in order to stay relevant, and it's a problem. Whereas if you were just to take a step back and look at the numbers, I saw a video that talked about how big of a fall off the player base for Marvel Rivals has seen, and then it compared it to other games like Overwatch, like Fortnite and stuff like that, and those games are still around, like Halo. Those games are still around and still reasonably successful, still able to churn out. Apex Legends was the other one, still able to churn out content, because through all the ups and downs, it's built a steady player base, which Marvel Rivals also has. And at the end of the day, I feel like this is a situation where people just don't understand that no game can deliver enough content for you to grind 100 hours a month and enjoy every single moment of it. It is impossible. Now, as far as the current meta goes, I don't necessarily think it's the best. For me personally, I don't enjoy it as much as some other metas. I think there's some changes that can be made. We're seeing some upcoming changes. Buffs to strategist damage. I think that's good. Make strategists more viable as far as like different play styles. I think right now healing one tricks and just full support strategists are the way to go, and that's something that I hope changes. There's not enough variety there. Maybe Ultron will change that as well and really shake things up. But you look at the amount of new characters we get. Calling the game stale when we get a new character every half season, we get new maps, we get new events every 2 weeks essentially, is crazy to me, and that's just not something I'll understand. Other problems that I personally have with the meta, I don't think dive is necessarily that bad. I think the problem that we're seeing is lack of anti-dive characters. So you don't have a lot of options when you're getting dove, especially on the strategist role, in order to really be able to play the game and have fun. And that's what it ultimately comes down to at the end of the game. Yes, you can climb ranks just by playing strategist and just heal botting and stuff like that, especially early on. But that's just not a fun, exciting way to play. And balancing around fun should be the main priority over strict competitive balance. Some characters are going to be naturally weaker because they are more annoying. Spider-Man is a great example of that. You don't want him to ever be the strongest character in the game because that would be incredibly annoying for the majority of the player base. Even though Spider-Man is probably the character who has the most people who main him. And I understand he's the most popular of all the Marvel characters, so he's going to get a lot of love. And so because of that, because you know people are going to play him regardless, you can have him be a little bit weaker. Whereas other characters will need to be very strong in order to see their usage up. And this is something that, again, the Marvel Rivals devs have done a great job of. They showcase all of the numbers at the end of every half season. How much a character gets played, the win rates, the pick rates, all that kind of good stuff. And I think that is fantastic. We also have features in Marvel Rivals that we didn't have in a lot of other games. You got the replay system, which is very good. In-game tournaments, which I think are very good. Upcoming esports scene with millions of dollars in prize pool as well. And I think ultimately it just leads me to believe that Marvel Rivals will be fine. The game will be successful long term. We will see Marvel Rivals around for the foreseeable future, especially with the amount of content they have planned, the amount of money they probably make from the skins. We get a new skin, 2 new skins every single week that are unique. They often have MVP animations and emotes and all this kind of stuff. The Battle Pass, in my opinion, is the best Battle Pass in video games with how much of those skins that they include. You compare it to something like Valorant or other games of that nature, and it's a night and day difference. So I think everyone just needs to take a step back. If you need a break from Marvel Rivals, take a break. Play Overwatch Stadium mode. It's completely different and something new and fun to play. That's fine. Play Warzone if you're into that. Play other PvP games. Play some of the extraction shooters that are out right now. But don't just sit there and play this game endlessly and then wonder why you're getting bored or you feel like it's getting stale. That's just how it's going to work. No game is going to satisfy you, especially as you become an adult. 100% of the time, that's just not the way things work. And so I hope people do take a step back. If the balance patch, if the current meta is not for you, take a break. That's as simple as that. Come back when you're gonna enjoy it a little bit more. You don't have to grind a game for thousands of hours in order to, you know what I'm saying, for it to be the best game out there. It's just not the way things work. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like the video as always, comment, subscribe. Have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.